Welcome to the Slade and Wade podcast. This is where we discuss all things nerd and geek culture.
I'm Wade. I'm an anime and movie lover.
And I'm Slade, and I'm a gaming and tech specialist.
When we come together, we make this podcast, and we have a good time doing it.
And we don't happen to hate each other at the same time. So strap in, get your popcorn ready, and listen to the Slade and Wade podcast. We're back on your weekly schedule, baby. We're fat. We gained like 20 pounds, and we're happy to be back on the schedule. How you doing, Wade?
Still, dad bod season is back, baby.
Ooh.
We here.
Oh, yeah, man. Dad bod season, man. Embrace it with our man titties and all, bro.
Yeah, man. I did some sit-ups last night. I'm trying to maintain. I want to be a nice, strong fat.
Yo, I need that comfort fat, you know, right? When someone can lay on my, yo, it's amazing. I just need to be that pillow for someone else. I'm trying to be that, you know, for the
but also
season.
like if you fight him and you punch him in the stomach, he may not feel that.
No, yeah, you gotta get that Majin Buu vibe, that nice,
Exactly.
fluffiness, you know.
Hell yeah.
Well, while people are embracing dad bods, people are also embracing their Xbox Series X to play PS2 games. Yes, PS2 games, baby. The games that we all grew up on and loved are now playable on the Xbox Series X through some nifty tricks here and there. What's interesting, though, is that the PS5 can't play PS2 games. So this is a little shot in the bolas for Sony right there.
Hell yeah, man. I see that. I see that God of War ish. But it's only through using a developer mode, right? It's not like not like you can turn on your Xbox and automatically be able to play God of War. That's some shit that you gotta hack. Oh, it's an emulator system, right?
Yeah, you're doing some kind of emulation, and the limitation right now is that it's only 2 gigs of ROM size maximum. Some games you need to legally own it, quote unquote, and install it. You know, it's like if people know about PSP, like the PSP old days with the PSP ISO, you had to download the ROMs and whatnot. Not saying when I did that. I'm just saying that was a thing that happened, right, Sony?
Yeah, I mean, look, I only played the legal version of
right. I took the disc, downloaded it, and got it legally, right, Sony? Right.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. That's what we did. Well,
give us money.
So, Sony, can you do us a favor and can you allow people to play PS2 games and PS3 games normally on the PS5? Like, I don't think it's that hard. You guys do bring it back somehow with your remake or, hey, we got in the PlayStation Network. You want to buy that again? Another $20.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Xbox Series X could already play Xbox One and Xbox 360 games, right?
Everything.
Oh, and the entire back catalog.
Dude, it's the backwards compatible king. They're pretty much the PC of the consoles. Like, you could play any game you want as long as it was on the Xbox. So a majority of the games. For PS5, I believe it's only that you could play PS4 games and select games don't work, but I believe it's like a niche group game, some VR games here and there. But you can play some PS4 games. But if you want to play your PS2 games, you want to play that, you know, that SOCOM classic God of War game. Nah, man. You know, God of War, you got to go for the new one. Yeah, that comes with your PlayStation Plus subscription. Yeah, pay up $60 a year. They're just Sony got to get their act together, man. In terms of like people building that collection in the PlayStation Network, and they're like, realize, I can't even play my PS2 games. That sucks. That would suck, honestly. But
I mean, look, Grand Theft Auto 3, bro, like that's an institution. Like, you should have access to that like on a regular basis.
Vice City,
like,
San Andreas.
You're telling me I could play San Andreas on my Xbox, but not
CJ
on my PlayStation.
Come on,
man. Nah, come on,
bro. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Anyway,
get it together.
Speaking of people getting together, CyberPunk 2077 supposedly finally coming out within a week or so. Hopefully, it's going to be like a New Year's celebration happening right there. They've confirmed.
I hear this, but I don't believe it.
Right? You know, I feel like they might just say, yo, by the way, we're pushing this back 10 more years. Just do it. Just do it. Right. Don't care what anyone says, man. Just do it. If you're not happy with the game. I mean, when they released the trailer, the first teaser trailer, they said it's whenever they're ready. So take your time, man. What we got going on right now? We got Warzone, Fortnite, Minecraft, Legos, Star Wars. Bro, we're fine.
Genshin no Impact.
Genshin no Impact. You know, things are happening. Anyway, speaking of all those multiplayer games, CyberPunk is talking about 2077 multiplayer is a standalone product, so it's separate from their beautiful single player experience. So it sounds like this is going to be kind of like Grand Theft Auto Online-ish in a way. They're kind of being vague with the information, and they just said they're not going to get it. For sure, they're not going to have a multiplayer of the game in 2021. So if they're saying it's not going to happen in 2021, and they say maybe 2022, we should be realistic and say it might come out in 2023 or 2024. Just saying. Let's give them a little benefit of the doubt about this, the current game right now. So it could happen. They could just be like, yo, we got a lot of money. We got some vacation in us. We're all relaxed. Let's knock out this multiplayer real quick. But
I've said it before. I'll say it again. This better be the best damn feeling game on the planet. This better feel like real life, the video game in the future. So many promises that they have to deliver on.
Bro, so many broken dreams could happen after the game releases, bro. It's gonna be crazy. This is the time where you should just have popcorn ready on the side on the 9th and just be like, all right, let's see what happens with these reviews.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I would consider getting it
same.
after they work out all the bugs with the PS5.
Yeah. Yeah. I will probably get it for PC. Since it's going to be a standalone product multiplayer, I wish some of the stuff you did in single player will carry over to multiplayer. I'm not sure. There's no details about that yet. They did say that the next gen consoles is going to have cross compatibility with the PS4, I believe. So PS4, PS5, and all that, and Xbox, etc.
I think that's a thing with Minecraft. There's a little bit of cross platform saving going on there.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be cool. Like, hey, like I'm on my computer, but like, oh, I want to bring my PlayStation to my friend's house and like do some cross play over there. Like, that could work.
This could be pretty much the Grand Theft Auto version of the Blade Runner.
Right.
Actually, it's funny. It's the same thing. Sometimes the same thing. Doesn't Grand Theft Auto come out and the next it's like, oh yeah, give us like a year and then we'll come out with multiplayer that's actually decent. Like it's always like that. So it's
so like introducing Grand Theft Auto 5 online.
Online, yes.
Like, oh my god,
super.
We could play it, but online now.
Oh my god. They should have went crazy on that, honestly. Oh man, if I could play CJ and all that, that'd be crazy. CJ, if you could ride the bikes,
definitely a parody video out there.
Yeah,
version of CyberPunk.
Oh god.
What we're gonna give to you is the same game, but now you can play with your friends. You might be wondering why we didn't release that originally.
That's true.
Because we don't care. We were busy enough trying to get this thing to work right.
Just to load on your gaming
all
system.
You get. All you get at launch is individual solo play. Because damn it, we can't be bothered with the multiplayer. I just imagine this with the Wii Sports music in the background.
Oh god.
In this future, we can make your character turn to the screen and give you the middle finger. Because that's how we feel.
Oh man.
That's what we're doing.
That sounds like a Cars Against Humanity parody of this game, bro. That'd be so stupid. Oh man.
Hey, look. If this game is done right, it'll have that feature.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, as much as they're trying to get like awareness to the game, it's like Fortnite right now, man.
Yeah.
Everybody knows, everyone's hyped for every single week for Mandalorian, right? Mandalorian's fire, shiny chrome armor. My man is the Boba Fett done right. Right? And you got Baby Yoda. What else more you can get? Well, Fortnite is becoming pretty much the online gaming ad platform. They're now bringing in Mandalorian costumes, features, DLCs to the new season for Fortnite. And it's insane. Before the season end, fighting Galactus in the last season of Fortnite. Now you're pretty much in Star Wars era with Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. So you have all these cool little costumes. They all come with the new season pass, and it's pretty crazy, man. I feel like last week's episode, all you have to do in Fortnite is just like, yo, Disney, you got a new product? Yeah, we do. Do you want a little advertisement with us a little bit? I mean, we could, right? I mean, we're coming out with a brand new Skywalker saga. Oh, really? I mean, look, we could make a new world that look like Tatooine, and then we could just create the costumes. What do you think about that? I mean, I don't mind that. How much it costs? It's gonna cost you about $50 million. What you think? Deal.
Well, I mean, think about it, because Fortnite is free.
Yeah, it's free,
So
but it
so
makes it.
essentially you're using it as one big marketing tool at this point,
Yes, dude. Yeah, it's
while
insane.
simultaneously keeping it slightly more relevant than Apex Legends.
I mean, out of all the
Like,
battle royale games, right now it's just what Fortnite, Apex, Warzone.
Call of Duty, yeah.
Yeah, Warzone, Call of Duty. And I mean, I haven't heard about PUBG forever. I mean, I see it's still popular in mobile, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen it like
There's probably some other games that are
Fall Guys.
that are
Rest in peace, Fall Guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Sorry, Fall Guys.
Yeah, no, there's
You
probably some
guys
more
had your
battle
3
royale
month
games.
you had your 3 months of fame, all right? Yeah, your 3 months of fame, and
Look,
then
hey, that's more than I got.
yo, for sure, for sure. Same here.
You know?
And
You had
then Among
your
Us,
moment in the
Amongst
sun.
Us comes out of nowhere, looking like your
But look,
characters.
they're doing fine. They're doing fine.
Yeah, they're
Fall Guys
fine.
is doing fine
They're great.
because they had more popularity than most games ever did in the early months. So
That's true.
hey, more on
That's
them,
true.
more
That's
on
true.
them. Like now they're just about as popular as any other game. So
That's true.
they'll be all right.
Yeah,
They'll
it'll be
be all
fine.
right.
I think they just have to keep pushing out some. Yo, they gotta get this, Mandalorian, man, partnership going on, and they probably get something nice.
Well, yeah, Mandalorian and God of War. I
Oh,
mean, there's
yes.
nothing that Fortnite doesn't work with.
Yeah, so God of War, the new God of War, not PS2 God of War. God of War that came out for the PS4 with his sexy ass beer and looking mighty thick is coming to
And his
Fortnite. Boy. This is insane. A Sony exclusive character going to Fortnite. So Sony is now paying. It has to be. Like, it's not Epic Games like, yo, by the way, we want Kratos. No. I'm thinking they're putting in Kratos in this bitch. For one, God of War for free when you get the PS5. And then maybe towards the end of the year, it could be like Kratos is here in Fortnite. By the way, new trailer for the God of War for PS5. Just a little something to tingle your little thing down there. Like, what?
They could premiere the trailer in Fortnite.
Oh, yes.
Because they've done events in Fortnite.
Yeah, dude. It's Fortnite and what else? Roblox. That's the only two like platforms I've seen that they're like, oh yeah, let's premiere something here.
Yeah, Travis Scott had a full-on concert in Fortnite.
Marshmello,
So, like,
Travis Scott. You had Lil Nas X in Roblox, which is, I say, the bootleg version of Minecraft, but in Oasis.
Yeah, I mean, it has fans.
Yeah, it has fans. I'm surprised Lego hasn't sued all these bastards, bro. Like Minecraft and Lego, no lawsuits.
You can't copyright building though.
I know, but the blocking of the characters, they look almost the same. Anyway, I like that they're adding Kratos into Fortnite. I hope that because they're doing this, that Sony's gonna be a little bit more flexible and start adding him to like more other games. That'd be cool. I mean, I would love if Genshin with some cross-plat characters like Fate Knight, Demon Slayer, all these like potential characters that could come in and just have an element.
What I will say though about the playability of these characters, I did a little bit playing as Thor. You're still generally playing Fortnite the same way. You get a power every once in a while, but like you have to work your way up to that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's mainly just the skin. So it's gonna be weird seeing Kratos run around with a gun, and I mean Mando would make sense, but
yeah,
it could be weird.
Well, I guess they could give you easily with Kratos. They'll give you his axe, right?
They'll give you the blades that he can.
Right, the blades as well.
He could break stuff down.
He could probably get maybe like a bow.
A bow would be cool.
Running around with a gun. I mean,
that's gonna be weird.
It's like Iron Man and all these characters running around with guns. You're not gonna, you take this kind of character and you place him in a game like Genshin or another cross-plat game that has a little bit more flexibility. I know that's more involved because this is just a skin, right? Majority of the time it's a skin. Or like with the case of Thanos, it was a little bit more than that. But if you could just add this character into something like Genshin or some other game like Destiny, whatever, something that's has more action into it, that'd be so much better. Just like
All right.
how wacky our ideas are for potential PlayStation crossovers, we have currently what's airing in anime. What's going on in that?
Right now, I'm just highlighting a couple, two specifically. Jujutsu Kaisen being one. Jujutsu Kaisen, I talked about before, and
Right.
we know like it's good. It's about this horror setting
Right.
and demons and monsters and all of that fun stuff. It's getting better every week, and it occasionally trends on Twitter when there's a new episode. The manga's doing really well. They're selling copies like crazy. They just got the cover of Shonen Jump the other day. They're moving up in the anime world. Like it kind of came out of nowhere, like Demon Slayer. Like this is getting like near Demon Slayer levels of popularity.
That's good.
And it's only on its 9th episode.
Yeah, looking at some of the characters, I'm getting
Oh,
some Kakashi vibes on one of the characters.
Oh, yeah, but you do see his eyes and
in this one? Okay. I personally have not watched the show yet. This anime, but I'm
also,
kind of
one of the best anime endings I've ever seen and heard. It's beautiful.
For this show? For this anime?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the art style is like crazy.
Oh, so wait, you already spoiled yourself by watching the ending then?
No. I mean the ending song. Song.
Ending song. Okay, I wanted to say, dude, what?
Yeah,
you just jumped to the.
No.
All right. Beautiful song. You're saying this is
still,
tearjerker or this is like motivational? What kind of are we talking about with ending songs?
It's happy and fun, which is crazy because there's like this is a show about demons and monsters and curses, but like this ending song is just so cool. They don't really highlight any of the monsters. They highlight the main characters in the ending.
Okay.
And actually, I need to watch the What's in the OP. Shout out Mother's Basement for Jujutsu Kaisen, but I'm afraid it has spoilers.
Oh, they do.
They always like spoil the next season with their in-depth analysis. But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, really popular. Shonen Jump cover, good stuff.
Dude, just like out of nowhere, and it slapped like crazy. This next anime, I am personally a huge fan of. Beastars.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, you've seen Beastars?
I seen Beastars season 1. Yeah.
Oh my god, I have not watched it yet. I want to see it.
What?
Like I was afraid because like the furry community. I see y'all.
It is amazing. It is an amazing. It's a show that you do not.
I see blood. I see.
Oh my god.
People's arms off.
Season 1, really good. It's really impressive. Like I have people that hate 3D animations, that don't like furry stuff, become a fan and love this show. Like it's insane.
I would too, honestly. I hear that it has great character development, great story, great plot, and great action. What else do you want?
It's pretty much everything that you need, honestly.
Yeah, it's crazy how they could get so much emotion out of animal face characters.
Right.
Like I'm believing in everything I see.
It's
like I believe that Snake is talking.
It's really good.
It might be cheating to call this currently airing because I don't think season 2 is started yet.
So I think Beastars 2 season 2 is they just teased it and
yeah, I think within the next month. I think if not.
No, sorry. No, it's not. Within the next month, you mean by next year.
January, right?
It just says coming 2021. It doesn't say anything about.
Oh, it doesn't say.
It's just a subtle Netflix tease to just get all the furry fans and all the Beastar fans together.
Well, I'm gonna have time to watch season 1.
Yeah, you have time. You should definitely watch this show.
And while that's happening, I can start by watching Attack on Titan.
Ooh, Attack on Titans.
Yeah. So it's coming back December 7th. I've seen the trailer too many times. I know it's coming. It's gonna be amazing. How many episodes are we gonna get? I don't even want to look. I don't. I just hope.
Oh, is this gonna be like? Oh, it's gonna be a lot, or is this gonna be like a Game of Thrones where they just?
It's got to be at least 24 because the manga has been going for what, like 2 years since the last. Like.
Oh yeah, no, they had like a
manga has even
huge time apart. Yeah.
Yeah. So like.
So they have to do something.
There's no way. Like they were where I've been spoiled up to is 2 years ago in the manga, and the manga is still like chugging
still
along.
going.
Like yeah. So and they're calling this the final season. So like, I'm like, yo, you better like really like be moving with these
Oh, for sure.
episodes,
They
or
gotta.
you're giving us 24 to 50.
They have to make
But
some big moves.
I don't think they're giving us 50. I think they're giving us 24. Yeah.
I don't know.
They
They
can't give us 12. They can't give us 12.
give us 12. It's a slap in the
And
face if they give us
if
12.
they do, that's a mid-season. They'll take off for a couple weeks, and then they'll hit us with another 12 on the back of that.
Mm.
That's probably what they're gonna do. They did a mid-season last time, but that's so annoying, right? Like, you get all this energy built up, and you're going into the next second half, and it's just like, "Oh, stop and wait 6 weeks." Like, you kidding? Remember when Rick and Morty did that? Oh, it was so
Let's not
frustrating.
think about Rick and Morty, man.
That was like 2 to 3 months in between
They
seasons.
took their sweet ass time with that. That was
Well, it wasn't even seasons, it was half seasons.
yeah, but it was such a tease. Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
I looked at
it
that and I was like,
definitely
why?
it lost momentum, like, that second half didn't feel as good.
No, they kind of dropped the ball on that one. And I don't know if it was their fault or just the fact that they were talking to so many people dealing with that BS.
Yeah.
But it
Well, and then there's, like,
sucked.
legal stuff, I imagine, too. That
Oh yeah, for
Rick
sure.
and Morty made money.
And
And
also,
Attack on
Cartoon
Titan.
Network definitely doesn't want to lose it, so they're gonna try to
Yeah,
keep on latching onto that and milking that as much as possible. But
right. And then they had the Dan Harmon controversy, too. But what are you gonna do? Speaking of weirdos, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is
Jojo,
my anime recommendation of the week.
oof,
Again, we talk about this all the time.
yeah,
There's what, 6 seasons currently, 6 separate arcs that you can
part 1 to
follow,
6, yeah,
all on Crunchyroll.
mm-hmm,
We'll be sending you an invoice, Crunchyroll.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
uh, yeah, so basically, man, how do you explain JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
It's JoJo and his Bizarre Adventures, and it's just not one JoJo.
It's yeah, it's a line of JoJo's. It's a family
Think
line, and
of it
each
in a way, it's not like in terms of think of it kind of like a Doctor Who in a way, in that there's
mm,
multiple characters, but they're all
I never
connected. But
thought about
in
it
this
like
sense, it's more of a lineage in a way. So you're
yeah,
not hey, you're seeing a saga of different types of JoJos go through different types of situations and similar bosses, but
yeah.
rivals. And then you have all these crazy the arcs, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, in the first 2 seasons, you have a different power set,
Yeah.
and seasons 3 till infinity are all about stand powers. It's crazy. I mean, like, again, like I went off with Mob Psycho. This is not so much about character development, so much as it is like every person's gonna find something different that they love about this show. I'm one of those people that loves seasons 2, 4, and 6. Like every other season kind of hits really good for me.
Mm,
A lot of people love 1, 3, and 5. Like, it's all it's all over the place. Like 3 is a lot of people's all-time favorites because that's when stands are introduced. You
right.
get this Clint Eastwood style JoJo who's very quiet and doesn't BS. He's my least favorite JoJo, but I like the wacky one that's like that's like shooting people with guns and like doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Well, have you seen all the seasons of JoJo?
I honestly have not seen all the seasons of JoJo. I've been meaning to. It's one of those shows just go no like nonstop in a day and just destroy everything and watch all
Well,
the
yeah,
episodes.
and I would not encourage a recap.
No, that's a show that I know
It's
for
only for
sure
One
I wouldn't do
Piece.
a recap.
For One Piece, I could tell you, like, watch the movies,
Right.
but for JoJo's, I'm like, you kinda
You gotta definitely have to watch it. Yeah, I've had so many people recommend me to me like so many times compared to One Piece, and I've not
Mhm.
watched all of it. I did. I think I saw 3.
You saw
It's
part 3 before seeing part 1? Well, I
I
guess, I mean, that's kind of the fun. You can do that. You
You
can
can,
start
right?
with
That's the
whatever
thing.
part you want.
It's a kind of a show that you could go in at any sense and then still go back to the other ones and like, oh wow, I
You
didn't know that happened.
you should have part 1 as a foundation,
Yeah, I didn't
but,
get part
you
1 as
know,
a foundation at all. I think I got part 3 first, and then I started
like,
sniffing around or
it's
looking
the
at the
same
other
with, like,
ones.
Full Metal, like, when you when you start with original Full Metal versus when you start with Brotherhood, people have told me that they hated
Well,
starting
that's
with Brotherhood.
different though, because Full Metal is kind of like Hunter x Hunter, where they have past iteration that's
Yep.
semi-complete, and then they have the new iteration that's quote unquote complete. And
Yeah.
versus JoJo is like, here's 6 different freaking parts that are literally kind of like Final Fantasy in the sense where you could jump
Right.
in.
There is also an old version of JoJo, but nobody talks about
Yeah,
that. So don't worry.
I've heard. Yeah, like
Yeah.
don't even check it out. I'm like, why
I
not?
think it was like in a similar time period to the original Berserk anime. But yeah, it's old,
Mm.
way old. It's supposed to mirror Fist of the North Star. That
Right.
20-year
Yes, I
old,
remember seeing that,
30,
and I'm like, what is
40-year old.
this?
Yeah, because it's like a parody of it. Like the characters were all muscular and
Mm.
stuff, but like JoJo evolved from being about the fights to being more strategy based and not directly about the fights. They changed over time. And as you see in the seasons, like if you watch each one, the characters get less and less muscular and more like flamboyant and angular and different as opposed to just big muscle bound protagonists. I could kick anybody's ass. So that's anime in a nutshell this week.
Things that have been going on for a while and is just now changing up is TikTok. They're now reportedly working on a 3-minute long video. Hell,
Yeah, so basically TikTok, they're like what?
there's like
It's not
a
very
minute
long.
max. Yeah, they're
Yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
long
They're not
videos.
very long. They're basically stories.
Yeah.
Like every company has tried to adapt what Snapchat originally started,
Yeah, it's a
right?
minute. It's a minute
Which
at
is
most for TikTok videos. You could go shorter with
short
them,
form
but
content.
yeah, it's always been like the Vine way. If you remember Vine,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
yeah.
TikTok is doing a Uno reverse, no you. Uh, y'all trying to copy me. I'm gonna go ahead and try and copy YouTube, and I'm gonna come up with longer form content. Whether or not this works, I don't know, because the whole idea of TikTok is I have a short attention span. Ha ha ha. That makes me laugh. I like that. Ha ha ha. That makes me laugh. Next, like
Right.
that's
Like
all. That's all
I
you get
kind
out of
of it's gonna change the way how TikTok will work though, because like you said, TikTok is like short dopamine of like adrenaline of excitement and comedy that makes you laugh and interested, and you keep on flicking and you keep on
Yep.
going because you can have that constant new different content from different players of TikTok. Now you're going for 3 minutes. You're gonna now introduce possibly movie trailers that are 3 minutes long. You have people that are gonna have like short videos, kind of like YouTube back in the day. I guess it's changing the dopamine factor of it. You're now, instead of doing short consumable videos and content, you're now doing a little bit more longer. So watching 3 separate videos is now 10 minutes versus you could have watched at least 9 videos.
They're gonna get like the big creators on it
Oh, for
first,
sure.
right? They're gonna get like David Dobrik and
For
like
sure.
the D'Amelios and Addison Rae and
The
the
Bella,
Jujos.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how these videos turn out. And honestly, it's either people will say, "Hey, I want longer than 3 minutes." Like, all right, well, go to YouTube. Like, it might just end
You
up
should.
becoming
I
like
mean,
that
yeah. A lot of the TikTok creators transcend TikTok,
beyond
right?
TikTok. Yeah,
They go to YouTube, they go
yeah,
to Instagram, like they're all
yeah. Like,
you got to diversify. Remember when they were gonna shut down?
dude,
Crazy.
yeah, we had a whole podcast about that. So look at the turn of events for them. So they almost got shut down because of the whole, Chinese allegations of their inside, stuff going on. And now
Yeah.
you have them going to be pretty much to having the best year of their life. They have all these new content creators, all these people that came out of nowhere, just reacting to certain songs and then blowing off. I find it interesting. I hope they don't become the next Vine, but it's possible that this is like another Vine moment happening where they made the video count so long that people were like, well, I don't want that. They want short stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Because even though Instagram TV is also popular, that came off and people are not really watching it like that compared to the
Yeah.
short stories that everyone likes.
Yeah, Reels is not there yet. But something that might be successful,
Ooh, yes, for
probably
sure.
Hulu. We're just talking about this might be a viable thing for Hulu. Like if this works the way we want it to,
Hmm.
this could be a lot of fun having watch parties, especially we're still in a pandemic. So, this could be a good way to interact with your friends while you're watching something.
Yeah.
this Hulu watch party feature would be you're watching a show and you're gonna have a chat next to it, and you're gonna be able to talk back and forth with your friends, and you're sharing watching the show at the same time. Could be cool.
What I like about this is that you don't need to download like a third party extension. Like Netflix had this through person created Netflix Party. Having Hulu have it built in, that's dope. Like you don't have to deal with, hey, download this Chrome extension. Hey, do this, do that. Nah, all built into Hulu. Like, all right, just download the app without having to deal with, man, I'm not on Chrome, or my laptop is not working, or you got to work like you're on Windows 95 or something just to get something working. So it's much better. I would definitely take advantage of this, especially with some of our friends who watch a lot of Rick and Morty. We're definitely going to be watching Rick and Morty together on this.
I mean, yeah, it would definitely be. This might drive subscriptions, because if I can't lump in and watch the same thing at the same time with you, we can't have our little watch party. I'm gonna be upset. Maybe it's worth my $12.99 a month.
Exactly.
We'll see. I'm not making any promises, Hulu, unless you cut me a check. Anyway. I want to check from everybody.
You know, that's gonna be the title.
Sony,
unless you cut me a check.
Microsoft.
The title of this podcast.
I ain't doing nothing unless you cut me a check. I want my money.
I want my money. Speaking of wanting a lot of money and cutting big checks, Slack, the omega big competitor of communication for all your work needs, if you use it at work, has been bought out for $27.7 billion.
Billion.
Yes. $1 billion. This is 27 Instagrams. Think about that.
Basically just text messages for your coworkers. So for 27 points, they monetized the idea of saying, "Hey, let's start a group chat."
Yeah.
I could have done that. I mean, I know Slack is cool, but like, damn, like it's so simple. Like, it makes so much sense.
I mean, unless Salesforce, which is a CRM for businesses that helps them with like customer relationships and get them better, business solutions and acquisitions. I don't understand this move, because all right, I'm gonna say it in the most blunt way possible. Instagram was $1 million. Is this company worth 27 versions of Instagram? All right, $27 billion for possibly not the same amount of users, and possibly not the same amount of users paying. So, like,
I don't understand. I mean, like, Salesforce seems to think that they can make Slack better. What? How?
I don't know if they want to, like, they're definitely going to transition them to do what they need in their services and products for, like, hey, you have now a messaging option for your other coworkers, and Salesforce to, like, hey, did you approve this sale? Hey, that person, that client, let's pack on an add-on, whatever. Okay, cool. Is that worth $27.7 billion, bro?
I mean, I could see that maybe. I mean, I'm not giving.
They're not gonna make a Discord competitor out of this. They're not gonna make a iMessage competitor or anything. It's just been specifically for work, and some people use it for their replacement for Discord because they like some of the options. But Slack has been mostly just for focused on work. So
well, yeah, and it's supposed to be streamlined and light. Right. So it's very user friendly.
Exactly.
If you start adding in like a Zoom feature, like you're gonna make it pretty clunky, and a lot of people aren't gonna be able to use all the features.
It kind of reminds me of what happened to Skype, where Skype was like on top and then just it died because of multiple acquisitions.
Yeah.
Microsoft was the last one, and they're like, "Fuck, like we gotta let this thing die."
Hey, I know how to make this better.
Yeah.
Whoops, I don't.
Let's just botch this idea.
All my money.
Yeah.
Looks like no advertisers want to play with us anymore.
Which is, what's interesting? It's always interesting that these companies that are big billion-dollar companies, they don't really have like a focus. Like you see Google. I just noticed this today.
They do everything.
Yo, they're doing everything. They're just throwing it at the wall. But one thing I noticed, I use Google Pay. You use Google Pay. Some of us that have Android phones, we all use Google Pay, and iPhone users as well. Super simple. I didn't notice
Yep.
until recently. They're like, hey, try out the new Google Pay. I'm like, okay, cool. I click on the button. I'm thinking it's going to be like the new Facebook update where you went from the old, 2000 looking Facebook to the new modern looking bubbly shit that just came out recently. This
Yep.
thing told me to download a separate app called Google Pay. So there's
Oh
two
no.
things on my phone called Google Pay now. And it says, oh yeah, this is the new Google Pay. We could do that's different. You could do the same thing you did before. But guess what? You might earn some rewards now. Wait, what? You made me download a separate app, which now I have to log in again, which now I have to now invite all my friends again, just because I could get a possibility of rewards.
Oh yeah, I do have that. I have an app that does that too.
And like, bro, like how is a big company like Google, billion-dollar company, botching this transition? So I could see this also happened to Slack, like what happens to Skype, and a lot of companies are like, oh yeah, we'll buy this company for $1 billion. Let's botch it. There's a few exceptions. You got Instagram that we all still use. Thank God. That hasn't died yet. WhatsApp is still up there. Surprise. It's crazy. We all sometimes hate Facebook, and yet Facebook has not botched these products that they bought.
Yeah, everything that Facebook bought, Instagram, WhatsApp, like everything that they bought is like makes more money. Like,
Oculus, yeah, they haven't botched these things yet.
well, Oculus, we'll see how far they're still going up with that.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens with VR. They're not Ready Player One Oasis yet, but they're up there in terms of that.
So many people say that that's the future.
Hey man, I mean, they could do if they could bring Oculus to, let's say, the Oscars. You don't have to bring people in person in 2021.
I mean, look, nobody knows what's gonna happen,
Right.
but the Oscars, let's be real, nobody cares.
Right.
Like, all right, I know you're gonna do testing. You're
Right.
gonna do testing on every celebrity that enters the building. You're gonna do testing on all the crew that enter the building.
Yeah.
Like, I know you can do all of that, but is it worth all of that? Every time that they do testing, I think it's taking away from people that actually need to get tests. Like, I just heard about a film set
Right.
that they were doing COVID testing and it shut down testing locations in California. So, like,
What?
because they were anticipating that this film crew was going to come
Mm-hmm.
and do this test. So they cleared it out because they didn't want to overlap with the normal people coming. So they canceled people's appointments to get tests. So, like, this could be a big thing. Like, this could be a really big thing that they're testing potentially 100, 200 celebrities, like, all at once. That's work, bro.
This
That's
is like rich people problem. Like,
work. I know, right?
this is like, we must come to this ceremony where majority of these celebrities honestly don't give a shit about. Like, they're like, I don't care, man. Just give me my goddamn trophy if I got it. And I don't want to sit here for a whole. Like, the best thing about the Oscars is the memes that you get out of it. That's the only thing that's worth it. The possible of beautiful decade-long memes. But anything else, I don't give a shit who won an Oscar. Like, I don't care if you got this small. The only person I cared about getting an Oscar was Leonardo, because that motherfucker deserved it.
I mean, it's not relevant. Like,
yeah, who cares?
I mean, at least they will do some speeches through Zoom, but like, this is a 3,400 seat auditorium for the venue that they have for the Oscars. So like,
well, it's gonna possibly split in half or a quarter of that because of the whole, restrictions, and you gotta have tables 6 feet apart now.
It definitely won't be 3,400 people.
No, of course not, because people used to bring their plus ones and plus ones of plus ones. So now you gotta bring oh well, just you by yourself, maybe your wife, and that's it, or your husband. Done.
Yeah,
you can't do more than that.
I hear that celebrities also get pretty drunk at the Oscars. I wonder if they'll be doing that this time around.
I really don't even get to see them.
The Oscar parties, I hear, are more popular than the
actual Oscars.
the Oscars themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the only time you should actually.
And it's all about the red carpet too.
Yeah,
but
the outfits and whatnot.
Honestly, I mean, what's the date on the Oscars? I believe it's early 2021. So yeah, there won't be a vaccine in heavy flow at that point. So we'll see. We'll see how cleanly they get out of this. But I think it's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be pretty rough. Something that's not in contention for the Oscars at all.
And also could be pretty
Is
rough for a particular character.
yeah, Avengers 5.
Yes.
Apparently, it's gonna have a villain more powerful than Doctor Strange, a comic book character called
So
Umar.
Umar, yes, she's a cosmic being created by pure cosmic energy and is trapped in a human form. So she's pretty much locked in or capped. And she's one of the most dangerous enemies from Doctor Strange.
I mean, she's absolutely gorgeous. So I wonder who they'll cast to
That's what
play her.
yo, she's a bomb. like she's up there.
I guess but they made her even more like sexualized in the newer comics.
Yeah, they did. The new ones, they kind of went overkill.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's not my decision.
You don't need to sexualize every female.
I mean, like, oh yeah, let's just use one of these stripper outfits. Like, bro, show. Like, she's hot. Doesn't need to be in the outfit like.
Yeah.
I mean, look, compared to Doctor Strange in the comics, man, he's wearing this semi vampire outfit with baggy pants and everything. Yet she's in some tight, tight
like
outfit,
in a corset dress.
Like, holy crap. With some crazy
And
legging
with
stuff.
somehow the whole entire middle of the corset open, because you gotta have easy access to your stomach and breasts for some reason.
Right, yeah.
It's combat ready. Combat ready.
Combat ready, pretty much, yeah. Super combat ready. It's just gonna be a hopefully a banger of a movie. Doctor Strange, we all love him from his crazy Twitch head moment when he was looking back in the future. Oh, there are 1 million possibilities. What was it? It was like only one chance or something like that, or four.
Yeah. There's only one where we make it out.
Oh
Okay.
man, that's crazy.
I mean, there's a lot to go on before then, though. Like,
yeah,
they're gonna have all of the Disney Plus shows that are gonna be airing. There's gonna be at least 1 or 2 movies.
Yeah, we're missing a lot.
They're gonna
of
have the
Disney shows.
Spider-Man.
We're missing.
There's a bunch.
We have
There's a bunch happening.
WandaVision. We have the Winter Soldier
Yep.
and Falcon movie or show. Sorry, we have
Show. Yep.
the Loki show. We have
Yep.
Black Panther, and it's been accelerated because of rest in peace. We've accelerated who's the next Black Panther now.
Yeah, there's a lot that needs to happen.
A lot of stuff is being modified off the fly, and then
Well, yeah, and Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness.
yeah.
Movie.
Oh yes, you're right. That too. So I'm not sure. That could be
Spider-Man.
That could be right before 5 then, if that's the case. Then because multiverse, maybe cosmic energy, something realizes there's a disturbance in the multiverse. She comes through.
The world doesn't feel the same without Marvel movies coming out every couple months.
Now it's pretty much rare to get one. And if you do, it's just like, okay.
I don't think there's been a single one since the pandemic.
No.
Yeah.
What's crazy is that DC is pushing out more than Marvel right now. They're actually going to release a Wonder Woman on HBO.
Yeah, that was supposed to come out already.
Yeah, but they're at least going to release it in HBO so then people can see it via stream versus Disney, and they're just going to
that would have made so much box office money.
For sure.
I was gonna watch that in theaters. Like I was sold.
Yeah.
Like you had me with that gold armor, Gal Gadot. Like man. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, speaking of possible sadness because of things that happened already, Fresh Prince reunion. It's on HBO Max. It's a touching reunion. There's some stuff in there that just pulls strings, man. It's insane.
I kid you not. I was sitting there with tears rolling down my face. Like I was so emotionally this hit me in such the right way. Like when they start talking about Uncle Phil, I feel what they're feeling.
Yeah.
Because that man was in my living room for most of my childhood.
Yeah, same.
Like I still occasionally I go back when I want to feel something, I go back and I watch that clip of him saying, "How come he don't want me, man?" When he's talking about how his dad is leaving.
Yeah.
And Uncle Phil hugs him. I cry every single time. every single. I'm getting a little teary eyed just talking about it. But like, I mean, look, my car got hit the other day, and I did not shed a single tear. But man, how come Will's dad don't want to stick around, man? Come on, it's Will, you know,
I
like
I sometimes it's weird just thinking that, he died. Like he's brought so much like laughs, comfort throughout many
yeah.
years,
I
man.
mean,
It's
and it's interesting because he was a real professional.
yeah.
He was a real acting professional. He wanted Will to get those lines right, so he kept making him do it over and over and over and over again. It's crazy how that on-screen relationship a little bit translated into real life, you know?
Mhm.
Like James Avery kind of like walking Will Smith through being Will Smith, like it's crazy. And then, Will goes on to do Independence Day and then have like one of the best careers of all time.
Yeah,
And now he's a
dude, I feel so bad for the aunt, man. Like
original Enclaves, man.
God bless her soul, because the fact that she was able to forgive, she even like the way she broke down and said, I don't want this anymore. I don't want this anger anymore. Her anger was so much inside of her. Like it just drained her out. The thought of
Yeah.
it, of her being so angry for so long, is more draining than just like, let me just get through this. Let me just make amends and just go forward with it with Will, instead of just like hating him for the rest of my life. Thinking about it. The way Will was just hearing it out. I mean, I'm not sure I'm a fan of the whole red table thing.
You have a moment because they talked before this,
Right,
right?
for sure.
They talked before the reunion and before this. And they hashed a lot of that stuff out.
Right.
To have this like very real like confrontation in front of
Millions of people.
camera,
Yeah.
that millions of people are gonna watch. It was weird. It was weird. I felt like I was like in a very intimate moment because Aunt Viv was like, "Hey, what you did was messed up," and Will's like, nodding. He's like, I was young and I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't know your situation, and like they're having like this real conversation that real people would have. Like it's crazy, deep.
I feel like I'd rather have that resolved personally than, you know,
Well,
broadcasted.
they said a lot of things publicly that
Oh
they
no,
shouldn't
for
have
sure.
said
Yeah,
publicly.
yeah. But it just felt like a personal issue that should have been done personally. I like you said, it felt like I was in a fly on the wall kind of situation where I was like, oh shit, I'm
Yeah.
eavesdropping in a really deep, and I guess that that feeds off of everyone's like, itch and crave for inside gossip or inside like, ooh, I want to know what actually happened. But man, that was some deep stuff, bro. Especially what she's been through her whole entire life. And
So imagine you're going through a pregnancy, your emotions are all over the place. You have an abusive husband,
right.
and you're dealing with this snot-nosed kid ordering you around and telling you that you can't come back because you want to renegotiate your contract. Like, uh, there's so much to go through.
Yeah.
There's that you can't possibly blame on Viv. Like, you can't
No, you
possibly
can't.
blame
No, for sure.
her.
And
Like,
I don't know,
she did what
maybe it's just the fame was too much in to Will's eyes and he couldn't see it, but
I can't blame Will too much either, though, because I mean, he
no,
was a young kid
yeah, but I felt
leading
like
the
even
show.
if you're a young kid, you're like, man, this person who's I'm working with as an actor, even though I had some disagreements, now she's getting let go. I would, I personally would have like looked into it, like, hey, what happened? Why she got let go? Like, we were all
Yeah,
doing good so well.
and I mean, look, both actresses are amazing,
Yeah,
but Janet is a very different actress than, Daphne, uh, the one who took over,
right.
Daphne
No, yeah.
Maxwell Reid. So, like, you saw, like, they have all these dance clips of the original Aunt Viv.
Mhm.
You don't see Daphne do that, really. They're different people, they're different characters, like,
Yeah.
they're totally different. So, um, it was weird, but it was something special to see them hug. That was the first time that they had ever met. So, it was crazy.
Yeah, man.
Um,
I
yeah,
You know what's crazy? Like after watching that, it auto played to Full House. The reunion for Full
Yeah,
House. It is crazy
yeah.
too. Like
I
looking at
can't.
that.
There's gonna be a ton of reunions after this. Now everyone's gonna be like, "Yo, can I get a bag too?" I know
Right.
HBO Max paid them all well.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure. That
every single one of
HBO Max is gonna become the platform for reunions because we got Friends. You probably gonna get some other hit TV shows doing the same thing. So
Yeah, they're working for our money. But
yep.
I'll tell you, then they'll never get Mandalorian, son. That's always Disney Plus. You
Always,
have to
man.
kill somebody, man.
Mandalorian episode 5 of season 2 came out last Friday, and I am so glad I caught up.
Yeah. So I put this at the end because thanks for sticking around. But if you have not seen this episode, go ahead and go watch it and come back.
Yeah.
Because
Pause.
we
Pause the
about to
podcast.
spoil this.
We'll be here. Take your time. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
give us that sweet watch time. Don't leave completely. Just like,
Just
go and come back.
yeah, go and then come back here. All right?
Uh
Cool?
spoiler alert if that wasn't clear.
All right. All right. Now all the kids are gone. Uh holy shit, man. I am happy they took her on as an actress. Like
Yes, Rosario Dawson.
she's fantastic.
I believed her every second. I still knew in my mind that it was Rosario Dawson, but I just kept thinking,
I
wow,
just
she's amazing. She's incredible. The physicality, the emotions, the looks, everything. She
I
does it all.
she's
It's
gonna
amazing.
be I kept remembering and thinking about man, Daredevil. And then I was like, she's so different. She has the fight scenes,
I
the
kept
way
thinking
she
about
portrayed
Punisher.
herself, the way she I mean, I'll be honest. She did a classic like, yo, I don't want to take care of this kid, all right? I don't want your baby mama dramas right now.
Well, again, this is what Mandalorian does so well. This is fan service.
Yeah.
Yoda said the same exact thing about Anakin
Hmm.
that she is saying about Grogu, Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Um, that
By the
there's
way,
a lot of
Krogu.
fear
What
and
what do you think about the name Krogu?
I don't. It'll grow on me, but we're all gonna keep calling the thing Baby Yoda. Let's be
Grogu
real.
sounds
Even
like it
even
sound
Mando's calling him kid. You know,
yeah, kid. I'd rather say kid or baby Yoda or
or the child.
child. But
Well, now
Grogu?
child is particular. Anyway, go on.
Grogu sounds like some swamp monster that they like crash landed on some random planet and they encounter as a
Well,
boss. Like
that might not be far off because
I know. I know.
uh, Yoda is very comfortable in swamps.
Swamps, yeah.
Their species might have originated from a swamp.
It's definitely a possibility for
Um,
the name. Double right
but
there. Double entendre.
but yeah, the reason why we have to talk about this episode again in depth is because that exposition dump of Krogu's entire history, plus Ahsoka just being there, um, and the first lightsaber fights that we've seen in the show. I mean, this is huge,
Yeah.
huge. Like, so we have to talk spoilers.
Um
It's required.
Oshoka with those beautiful dual white sabers.
Oh yes, yes. If you have not watched Star Wars Rebels or Star Wars Clone Wars, you might not be aware. Uh, yeah, Ahsoka does that. She does. There's a long overarching story, um, that's happening behind all of the movies that Ahsoka has been around since the prequels.
Yeah.
You know, she was Anakin's understudy. Um, she was trained by Anakin, uh, understudy, apprentice. And she left the Jedi Order uh right before Order 66. And she went through a lot of different things. She went on a lot of different adventures. She ends up falling in with the rebels right before A New Hope.
Mhm.
And she goes through some timey-wimey nonsense where she gets pulled in and out of the timeline. Some wacky stuff happens in Star Wars Rebels, but The point is she doesn't die with Order 66. So she ends up being around for this post Return of the Jedi era that we're in with Mandalorian.
Mm.
Um, and she's still, for the cause of fighting alongside the rebels and stuff like that, and Bo-Katan and all of that. So there's a lot going on with the character.
My thing is
To
that
put it simply.
so we only know about her. So we only know the most about her until now, right? There's probably, I imagine, books and comics, right, that talk about more, maybe in the future sense. Who knows?
Yep.
Um,
There's a full Ahsoka book.
but what's interesting to me is that she has the two white sabers that, spoilers as well, Rey gets, I believe, right? She got a,
Right.
yeah.
Or white or yellow.
It might have
But
been
again,
yellow. I
yeah.
might be wrong. Yeah, it might be yellow.
Yellow's Ray. Ahsoka's definitely white.
Yeah, which are still rare colors, like for saber
Yeah.
wise. Like you,
And they're not for Jedi per se.
yeah,
Yellow can be Jedi. Jedi is uh the yellow lightsaber is more of a neutral
neutral color. Yeah.
Jedi kind of color.
Mhm.
But white is meant for the gray Jedi, the Jedis that have either fallen or not embraced with the Jedi Order.
Which is interesting
Because
because
yeah.
we have now in the most recent arcs of Star Wars lore, we've encountered
Mhm.
three of the most uncommon colors that are all like anti Jedi or like somewhat in the middle. Black, white, and gold has been
Oh
brought
yeah,
out to this.
it's kind of like, yeah, the Jedi were always universally thought in the past as heroes,
Right.
very honorable, very powerful, very just.
Hmm.
But we learn now that
That wasn't the case at all.
they were they were a little corrupt,
Hmm.
and they were a little bit misguided, and ultimately a lot of their decisions led to a lot of bad things.
Yeah.
The Sith outright do bad things, but there's no completely infallible group that you can follow. So Ahsoka being neutral in the Jedi sense makes her kind of an easy character to get behind because she's not following some Jedi religion. She's doing what she thinks is right, and she's fighting the people that she wants to fight, and doing the things that she wants to do. So it's all very interesting. It's like if you're a soldier and they're telling you to kill children, right?
Right.
you know, you can't like if you say no, you might be, kicked out of the military or face some sort of punishment. So
My
this
thing
is
is
that kind
that,
of thing.
like, I know Ahsoka. She's refusing to train Grogu. I can't call him Grogu. I'm calling him Baby
Baby
Yoda.
Yoda.
Baby Yoda. Fuck this. All right. She's refusing to train Baby Yoda because she sensed that it's a possible, like a lot of her, like you mentioned, a lot of her quotes are similar to what Yoda said, and a lot of other people have said about Anakin. Now, Anakin was not in a disassociated place where he was just by himself with just a Mandalorian and an ex Jedi or neutral Jedi user here. He was surrounded by a lot of individuals. So one of them being
Qui-Gon,
Palpatine.
Obi-Wan.
So yeah. So like he had continuous bad influence that did lead him to becoming Dark Vader and massacring spoilers as well. If you haven't seen this, I'm sorry. What the hell is wrong with you? Killing a room full of kids and killing his wife, force striking his wife. So,
Right.
uh,
I mean, I do want
I
to know, just to inject in there, I
yeah,
do want to know where Baby Yoda fits in there, because Baby Yoda clearly not executed by Anakin when he killed all those younglings.
right. He was hidden on
So
purpose.
he was
Yeah,
hidden before that.
yeah.
Was he hidden by the Emperor? Or was he hidden by Jedi? Or was he hidden by some neutral group? We don't know.
It could
We
have
really don't know.
been. It could have been either. We know that he was trained, right, and
Mhm.
he was he was at least told in some sense to repress his powers. So he knows how to repress his powers. So
Right.
it had to be someone in the Jedi Temple. Either that or it was someone in a neutral sense that knew the power potential of Baby Yoda and wanted to like keep that hidden. Because they are like we've seen references in Mandalorian that they are experimenting on people with the Force. We're not sure if it's other kinds of like Baby Yoda, but we know for sure they say, hey, we've done experiments on so and so. We've killed the subject. We tried to extract it. And they're trying to make like pretty much modified Force soldiers or something of that nature. For what it seems in episode 4. So it's definitely interesting. I just the way she smiled at the end, where Mando's going inside the ship, Baby Yoda is looking at Ahsoka, and the way she stares at him, and where the way her demeanor is before and after, where she's serious and firm, saying, "Hey, I can't take care of him. I'm good. But go on this planet, see what happens when you go to the temple. Let's talk after that, or
I think
whatever."
I
But
think
then when she
Ahsoka was
smiled at
doing.
him and kept on looking at Baby Yoda, I
Mhm.
feel like she knew what was gonna happen. It's just that like she has to send him to this temple to make sure something triggers.
Well, it's all the will of the Force, but
Right, yeah.
um, I think that Grogu, that Baby Yoda was
Okay.
telling Ahsoka, like, "Hey, I'm not leaving Mando. Period.
Mm,
Like, you are not gonna trade me. I'm staying with him.
mhm.
You can help me on my journey, but I'm staying with him." So I think that's what was going on there, and I think that look back and forth that they had is like, "Okay, you got what you want. I'm not gonna train you, but you get to stay with Mando." Right?
That's
Like
another way of thinking. Yeah, that's true.
like, keep in mind, Baby Yoda's older than Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Like,
Strangely,
that
yeah.
that creature is more intelligent that we probably give it credit for.
Right.
So,
I mean, the
we'll
fact that she
see how
knew
that
about the
plays
whole
out.
entire thing about the Order 66 and all that, just from speaking to him through the Force. So
Yeah.
Grogu, aka Baby Yoda, definitely must have had some slide talks like, "Hey, I'm not leaving my beautiful chunk of metal soldier. He's my dad. All right, got a problem with that. We were about to scrap. I'm gonna take this rock that you try to throw at me, and that's the last thing you're gonna see." So,
Yeah.
uh,
I mean, that is what it is, man.
yeah,
That is what we would expect because we've seen since season 1, there's an attachment there, there's a connection there.
hmm
You cannot simply just throw this baby away and give it to somebody else and go on about your business.
there
We all knew
was
that wasn't gonna happen.
so much confidence that Mando got with Baby Yoda that he sent Baby Yoda inside his goddamn ship to fix some
Mhm.
wires, the blue wires,
Did not
the
work
yellow
out.
wires. Take the blue wires, put it where the red wires at, put the red wires where the blue wires at. Now don't put them together. No, no.
I mean, they did that for the adorable
Of
memes of
course,
it.
of course, yeah.
But
Like the fact that
but
he had
but
so much confidence, like, all right, let's see what Baby Yoda can do. Um, how would you rate the episode overall? This is the first time we've seen a lightsaber fight full fledged in this
yeah, lightsaber versus Beskar
Beskar weapon.
whole
Yeah.
thingy.
Mm.
Yeah. Um, Honestly, I can't knock any points off this episode for anything. It didn't feel too slow, didn't feel too rushed. It's a 5 out of 5, dude. I
Yeah.
can't I can't like I saw it a full day ago at this point. And it's still I remember it clearly and I loved every second of it. So 5 out of 5, dude. Give us more. Give us more Bo-Katan, Ahsoka. Mando, Baby Yoda madness. Give
Yeah,
us all
same.
that.
Definitely would love more of that. Um,
And Grand Moff Tarkin, apparently.
yeah,
Because apparently he's not dead. If you oh god, if you follow Rebels, it's a whole thing. But she's basically looking for a rebel, a villain from Star Wars Rebels that's part of the Empire.
mm,
Um, kind of somebody who's pulling strings while the Emperor and Darth Vader were doing their own thing. Yeah, this guy was pulling strings in the background.
some Cold War status kind of stuff happening, pretty much.
Yeah, so we'll see. Um,
So a lot of possibilities of different characters coming in
yep.
from Clone Wars. That's good, honestly. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
I
happy
I
for
need
that.
to watch more Clone Wars. I missed
Same.
a
I
lot
I
of.
wonder if there's gonna be some references of Darth Maul.
Um,
That'd be cool. Like when I saw the
yeah,
fight
I mean,
where she was fighting against with the pole arm, Baskin pole arm. I got some Darth Maul. Like I can see. Oh man, I
oh
can see
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
Darth
yeah,
Maul
yeah.
fight
Well,
happening right here.
Darth Maul did fight Ahsoka
Yeah.
in Clone Wars, the
Mm.
last season that we just saw. That I did not watch yet, but um, but I know that happened. So yeah, there's a lot. Obi-Wan also has another fight with Darth Maul. Uh, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot behind the scenes. Dave Filoni uh done a lot behind the scenes of all these main storyline movies that he has his own storyline going on,
It's
and he's
crazy.
building the foundation of what could potentially spin out into an entire different sect of movies. And honestly, uh this TV show is better than the last trilogy.
I
I
I
say that
agree.
with full confidence.
I agree.
No one will fight me on that.
I agree.
No one.
Yeah.
Like, it's 100% true.
I totally
So,
agree. Um Definitely much more attachment to characters, a lot less like what the hell did they do that for? I've had
yeah.
moments where it's like, okay, there's a little downtime here, but it was still pretty interesting, but it's still overall much more solid than the trilogy. The trilogy, I look back at it, the most recent one, and I'm like, did that really happen? Like I would
There's like two mindsets of it. Either Last Jedi was amazing, one of the greatest movies of all time, or man, Force Awakens and The Rise of Skywalker
Skywalker.
were uh were pretty damn good. But what the hell was Last Jedi? There's no synergy with how these movies were created. This has synergy. This has
Yeah,
a,
and
a plot line that you can follow.
exactly. What I think is this proves the case that having a consistent team that works across the board makes it a solid project. When you have this weird Call of Duty mentality where every other year you switch the software development team, the game studio in the case of Call of Duty, it's a
Shout out
different
Treyarch.
vibe. So when you switch the director and then you switch the, maybe not the animation team, but definitely the direction and the focus and the story, you're definitely gonna get a lot of different pieces happening that don't connect to the previous edition, especially if the director coming afterwards isn't fully aware of what's going on or isn't historically known to be a director in Star Wars. So it's really weird that they pulled that off, especially with the new trilogy.
Mhm.
And I just, I'm glad that they're learning the lesson on that sense. I mean, they've had some flops, Solo, which honestly I think it was just Solo for me was still, I enjoyed Solo, but I wouldn't say it was like top tier.
Wasn't needed.
Yeah, Solo,
But
Solo was great. Rogue One was great, but Rogue One was actually pretty good. Like finally they
Rogue
have,
One was Rogue One was one of the best Star Wars
yeah.
movies to come out in the
I
last
honestly, I
10 years.
really enjoyed Rogue One. Um, but and that's the thing; those were two different directors, I believe. So I think they're trying to give a lot of opportunities to different directors to flex their muscles. Like maybe the Marvel series where you had Thor or Wataki, like he destroyed the third episode, the third movie of Thor. That was fantastic. Funny, comedic,
Taika
emotional.
Waititi, yeah.
Like if they didn't decide to chance it on another director, we would not have a great movie for Thor, because the other two movies were pretty they were pretty average.
We don't talk about the Dark World here.
Right? They're pretty average, right?
The first one's fine, but yeah, we don't talk about Dark World.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, no, it's like Thor 1, very paint by numbers Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Thor 2, trying to do way too much.
The
Thor 3,
one.
oh my god, amazing.
Amazing movie. So
yeah.
So I agree. I think they just need to vet their directors more and make sure that they follow the story correctly. Because having a consistent team, like for Mandalorian, fantastic. But if they pulled a One Punch Man and swapped out the direction for it, the art design for it, everything, it would have been bad. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some stuff in season 2. Season 2 is not done yet, that I know of. That I saw and I'm like, okay, now because I know the technology, I could see the CGI and some of the chase scenes, but like it still looked great to me. And I'm just like, this is like a weekly show.
It's near flawless. I'm trying to imagine. I know that this is shot on a 3D stage where they render the environment around them for them to see.
Right.
So when you have the Mando's armor reflecting the scenery, it really is reflecting the scenery, and they didn't do that in post. But I struggle to see how they do these walking scenes and these traveling scenes.
It's amazing.
Within a confined space. Yeah, it's incredible. We'll be talking more about Mandalorian as long as we get real hype about it.
Yeah.
So
and Disney, if you want to slide us a check as well, we don't mind that. We're doing that for everyone right now.
Yo, cut us a damn check.
Get us some free Mando merch. Get us a replica of Mando's suit. I would be so happy. I'll get on video with that. Like, I'll be so happy.
Look, I'll turn down a Blue Chew check if Disney gives me a check.
I'm 100% behind him on that one. But anyway, guys, this has been Slade and Wade Podcast. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. We talked about everything that we thought about that was awesome this week, and hope you guys enjoyed. Keep on geeking out, keep nerding out. We'll see you next week.
Peace.